MJF addresses WWE Rumours and AEW contract details. Plus, a double title match has been added to AEW Forbidden Door. And we have details of a scrapped pitch for NXT Battleground. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. Maxwell Jacob Friedman made his return to All Elite Wrestling Dynamite TE last night. And he did it in style, didn't he, Andrew?
He sure did. He put everybody on notice, right? He put Okada on notice, talking about his physique. He put Swerve on notice about his promo skills. And he also put Will Ospreay on notice. Because Will Ospreay, right? He always claims to be the best in the world, bruv. But the best in the world, according to MJF, is MJF, and rightly so. Sports Illustrated also spoke to MJF, and they addressed his re-signing with AEW. And chances are he actually could have gone to the other place.
Yeah, from Sports Illustrated, MJF recently signed a lucrative long-term extension with AEW. He weighed out the option of working for WWE, which he shared was a very real possibility. Of course there was, said Freeman. Am I going to get into the weeds? No. At this point in time, this move made the most sense for me. I'm making a ton of effing money. As far as when the contract ends, that's nobody's business but my own. In the interview as well. So I mean, there's to dig into that. So you'd be foolish to think there at least wasn't some kind of conversation about WWE.
Yeah, this day and age with how WWE is, I'm sure to a lot of people it seems a lot more tantalizing than what it did just a few years prior. So, I mean, you go out there, you get your money, and I think also, even just MJF, I feel like just looking over the fence at the competition and maybe going over to WWE, I think that's good to also put Tony Khan on notice and be like, Tony, please, you gotta fuck up that money for me because I'm certainly worth it at least.
Most
anyway.
certainly, like L'Oreal. I think, honestly, in my opinion, MJF in AEW right now is exactly where he needs to be.
Yeah.
I think this is a strong fit for him. He can build and continue to cultivate a legacy around All Elite Wrestling. I feel that works for him as opposed to going to WWE would have done.
Yeah, for sure.
At least now, at least.
And I mean, in his promo as well last night, he was talking about how, a lot of historical moments that have happened in AEW have kind of been surrounded, have had him in the center, should I say, as well, which is amazing at the age that he is as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously the company's not been around for ages, but like to be sort of like the focal point of a lot of these big things that have happened, incredible for him already. So I think you're right. I think him being here at this moment in his career as well is the best thing for him to do.
While conversations with Paul would have happened, he did admit that he paid a little homage to Paul in his return.
With a denim/leather jacket combo that we saw, he said, that jean jacket was certainly an homage to a return that meant something to me when I was a kid in Madison Square Garden. I'm sure people can connect the dots.
That's the vibe that we all got, and we all went, we see what you did there. Yes. He's a fan of the game.
He sure is.
Pun intended. So he's celebrating that, and I like that. That was a nice little touch.
Me too.
Also last night on AEW Dynamite EE, we got set for Forbidden Door a little further. It was during the show, it was confirmed that AEW TBS champion Mercedes Moné is going to face and put her title on the line against New Japan Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer. Both belts on the line. Ooh. We had a stare down between the two last week that got people are talking, got a lot of chatter.
It did, and also commentary alluded to the fact that perhaps we were going to see a title versus title match as well. So it's interesting to see. I'm assuming that Mercedes is going to win and get back that New Japan Women's Strong Championship, and I would like to see down the line her and Willow get back into it again for that title. Maybe both titles. I don't know. We like belt collectors in AEW, don't we?
There's enough belts to collect. In fact, another champion is going to be fighting for another championship at Forbidden Door as well.
Yeah, the Ring of Honor champion Mark Briscoe defeated Brian Cage to earn his spot in the TNT Championship ladder match at Forbidden Door. The winner winner of that match will take the title, vacated obviously by Adam Copeland at Forbidden Door. Konosuke Takeshita is also a part of that ladder match, and he applauded along with Don Callis, Mark Briscoe's efforts, rather sarcastically. Rather sarcastically.
I'll give you 2 editorials on this, and you can choose the one that fits the narrative for you the best. Why are they putting the ROH champion in a match for a mid-card AEW title? Why are they doing that? A waste of a Ring of Honor champion. That's one. The other, this is great because it really gives Ring of Honor that feeling of the place where talent can develop, and it's like the NXT champion getting a shot at a mid-card WWE title.
That's cool.
It's like that, isn't it? Choose the one you like the best.
I like the one that is Mark Briscoe's buzzing, and I think he'll be great in a ladder match as well.
I think that is my favourite narrative as well.
Yes.
Enjoy nice things. We will talk NXT to end on today because we're heading towards Battleground this weekend. It does feel like, and Jack was saying this yesterday, it feels like the most hype around an NXT show, probably since, outside of a stand and deliver.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think just with everything sort of surrounding it being in the UFC arena and stuff as well, is like very, very cool too. Like it feels like something different, doesn't it? It feels like we're getting something different. And hopefully the presentation of it and everything is quite different as well.
Well, that's the hope, and obviously it's going to feel like a bit like the NXT setup, but different in Vegas. There was an idea that was pitched to really utilize this UFC venue. It was a pitch that ended up just being binned off due to logistical reasons. So Fightful Select are reporting that the UFC Octagon was pitched for the match between Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice.
NXT Underground match.
For the NXT Underground match.
Yeah, it would have made I think that would have been a nice fit for it.
So as opposed to doing an NXT Underground match, you have a match in the Octagon.
Which would have been so cool.
That was pitched, and it was shot down. They said it would have caused logistical issues by those that Fightful spoke to in production, and unlikely to occur as a result of that, because it would have meant you having to put the ring up, take the ring down, put the UFC Octagon in the middle, take the Octagon down. But unless you have the room, and I don't know whether you do because I haven't got a map of the Apex in front of me, but unless you've got the room like in 1998 when they did the Lion's Den match for WWF, and you had the Lion's Den, like their version of the Octagon, just off to the side of the arena.
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, but you're right. I'm not sure about the layout of the venue itself and if it could sort of have two structures within it, at least anyway. But how cool would that be if they could do that and they had the Octagon, like you said, to the side, and then you get a swooping camera shot that goes from like one bit to the other bit and you see him in there?
Let's cross over to the Octagon. It should be a big one this weekend for Battleground. It's going to see Trick Williams, his first ever defense of the NXT title on pay-per-view since winning it against Ethan Page, his first match in NXT.
I would not have thought that but a few weeks ago.
And also the NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez defending her title against TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace in a groundbreaking match.
Crazy. I'm so excited for it. They pull it out like a broken record at this point, but they pull it out of the bag every time, don't they, with these NXT pay-per-views? So can't wait to see what they do for Battleground.
Yeah, and we can't wait to see you back here for more news a bit later on, if there is more news, that is. And for the latest of it throughout the day, however, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Geese.
I love you, bye.